Alright, so in the last video we started our Bootstrap strapped theme and we created the Jumbotron and the nav bar and customized it with some CSS. So now we're going to continue on the home page and we're going to add our boxes and some of the other sections that we need to add. So let's go outside of the Jumbotron, which ends right here, and we're going to create a div with the class of container. Okay, because we want these all pushed to the center. And we're going to create a row for our grid. And we're going to have 3 4-column divs. So we're going to say div class call md4, and we're also going to give these a class of box. Alright, let's go ahead and indent these. And inside the div here, we're going to have a well, which will give it a gray background and some padding. And then we'll have, and we want to use an icon here, or a glyphicon, so we're going to say span class glyphicon, and this is going to be for mobile app development, so we're going to use the phone icon, glyphicon-phone. Okay, and then we're going to have an H3. We'll say mobile app development, and then let me just grab a paragraph here of just some sample text. Alright, and then what we'll do is copy this div, and we want to put that in 2 more times, and we're just going to change this second one from phone to film, and then the heading here will say media production. Okay, and then the last one here, we're going to change the icon to search. And this will be internet marketing. Alright, so let's see what that looks like. Okay, now we want to change this up a little bit. We want these icons obviously to be a little bigger and also in the center. So let's go to our style CSS. And remember, we use the class box, so we can use that. Let's go ahead and text align to the center. And for the icons, we want to say font size is going to be 50 pixels. Alright, so we'll save that, reload, and that looks a lot better. So now we want to add the section that has the big heading and the subtext. So we're going to go, let's see, we want to go outside of this container, which ends, let's see, what does that end right there? And we're going to put in a div. Let's give it a class. Now you could call this whatever you want. I'm just going to call it section A. And we need a row. And this is going to be a 12-column div, so it's going to stretch all the way across. So call MD12. Okay, then we'll have an H1 and a paragraph. And let me just grab some text. Alright, so let's save that. Okay, so then we have that. Now let's style it. We're going to go to our style sheet, and we have section A, and we're going to give it a background. Color is going to be 3134 461, which is a purplish color, same color as the buttons. White text, and we want to text a line to the center, and let's say padding will be 50 pixels, and also a margin bottom of 30 pixels. Alright, and then the H1, let's say section A, H1, I just want to increase the font size to 50. Alright, let's save that, reload, and there we go. So next we want to do the split 6-column divs. One has the image, and then the other side will be the list group. So we're going to go under the section A div and create a container. Create our row. And we'll have a class call MD6. And same thing here. Okay, so on this side we're just going to have an image. So we'll say image source, and that's going to be in the img folder slash what did I call it, mobile.jpg. Alright, let's see if that shows up. Okay, so we want it to be the width of its container, which is a 6-column div. So what we'll do here is add a class. It's a custom class. I'm just going to call it img-full because we want it to span the full width of its container. Alright, so let's go to style CSS and we'll add in .image full, and we're just going to set the width to 100%. Reload, and now you can see that it takes up 100% of its 6-column div. Now on the other side we're going to have, let's see, I'm going to put in a heading and a paragraph here, and then we want to have a list group, so I'm going to paste that in. Okay, we have a list group, and then we have LIs that have an icon. You can see we have a span with an icon class, and then some text. So we'll reload, and it looks like that. And then the last thing we need on this page is our footer. Okay, we're actually going to give this a class of main footer, because there are times when you may have multiple headers and footers. So it's good to give it a class. Alright, and then let's see, we need a container. A row. And we're going to have 4 3-column divs. So this will be call MD3. Okay, so we'll copy that. I have 4 of them. This one here is just going to have an H3, say about us. And I'm just going to grab this text right here. And then I'm going to put another paragraph, and this is just going to be a copyright. Okay, and then here we'll have our another list, and we're going to give this a class of list unstyled, and that's going to remove the bullet points and the margin. And these links aren't going to actually go anywhere. Alright, and then I'm just going to copy this UL, and we're going to put it in these 2 as well. And we'll go ahead and reload. Okay, now we want to add a background to this footer. So let's say .main footer. Background's going to be that purplish color, 313. Actually, no, let's not do the purple. Let's do a light gray. Okay, and then we're going to say padding 50. Reload, and there's our footer. Alright, so our home page is done. In the next video, we're going to move on and we're going to create our inner pages.